Well, we're talking about the State Fair because the Minnesota State Fair is the greatest state fair on planet Earth.
The State Fair. Oh, the State Fair.
The fair is like the biggest thing that I hear about when I moved to Minnesota. It's the first thing that everybody said, you got to go to the fair.
He has not, no, Riley hasn't been to the fair, but he's been to the Iowa Fair. So it's similar, but we're better.
I've been to the Wisconsin State Fair, I've been to the Illinois State Fair, I've been to the Iowa State Fair. They're embarrassing. These state fairs are embarrassing.
The Great Minnesota Get-Together is just that, the Great Minnesota Get-Together. I don't think people comprehend what the Minnesota State Fair is like.
I love the noise, I love the spectacle of it. I love how excessive it is, how over the top it is. I love the music, I love the smells of food cooking. I love to see all of the people bunched together. It's incredible.
This is something that's been a part of my whole life. I mean, going there as a kid with my parents, going there as a teenager to pick up girls.
It's kind of like a family get-together. It really is. It's a family reunion. I love it.
When you see other people smiling and having fun, then you smile and have fun. And obviously it's a food fest.
Oh, food! I love food. State Fair food is the best. There are some staples that you gotta have. I gotta have my corn on the cob, my pork chop on a stick, and Sweet Martha's cookies.
Okay, so is it chocolate chip cookies? Any kind of cookie? Is it just one type?
What? That? I'm sorry, Riley. I am so sorry we have let you go this long without knowing about Sweet Martha's.
Better take another one right away.
As soon as you smell that cookie, you bite into that gooiness, it takes you to the fair.
My favorite foods, let me see, if we're going for solid food, love pork chop on a stick, and always have to stop by the London broil sandwiches. But if we're talking about sweets, then we go another direction. I do love my Dole Whip.
Oh boy, okay. So how long do I have for this question?
I love the Gizmo sandwich and Mancini's steak sandwich and the Chicago beef sandwich from the Chicago hot dog stand and Tino's pizza on a stick. Do you see a theme here? Do you see a theme? Some kind of Italian product wrapped in bread.
Turkey Tom sandwich, Sweet Martha's. I probably hit that up 2 or 3 times.
Cheese curds. I don't care which stand they're from. I think there are 3 or 4 of them out there. They're all delicious. And I love that moment when you get them and you know they're as hot as lava and you're waiting for them to cool off, but you just can't wait. So you throw one down, lose half your tongue, but it's so worth it. They're so good. I also love the deep fried pickles. And my goal next year when the fair is happening is to take a cheese curd, put it on top of the deep fried pickle, and throw it down at once. I think I might be onto something there.
Pronto Pup. Oh, the steak sandwich, also delicious. The Nordic waffles last year were big for me.
You know, I try all of the new, fun, crazy foods at the fair every year. I'll take a bite, but here's my favorite. The turkey-to-go sandwich. I cannot go to the fair without getting a turkey-to-go sandwich.
So here's the hard thing. I'm the food critic, I'm the food guy, I'm supposed to like all the new, fancy whatever. I want the fresh French fries. That is my #1 state fair food. You can't get French fries like that anywhere else. The potatoes are grown in Minnesota. They're harvested right before the fair, so they're super fresh. And the way they fry them in 3 different temperatures of oil, so they cook from the inside out, so it still tastes like potato, but you get that crunch.
Well, I do like the mini donut beer, corn on the cob. I mean, I could really go on and on.
You know, I've really come to appreciate the foot-long hot dog with onions and mustard. So much so that this summer, anticipating there'd be no state fair, I've been grilling 2 a week because it takes me back to the state fair, and I can picture the place that I go every time. It's a specific stand, and then I talk to the guys that are there because I've got to know them. And every day that I'm out there, which is almost every day between television and radio, I stop by that one booth and get my foot-long hot dog, and I don't feel like I'm cheating because I only do this once a year.
I'm the person that would want to run around and try every little thing and then go home at the end of the night and have to have Tums.
Oh, I think there's so much. It's hard to pinpoint my favorite because it's a combination of everything. It's the atmosphere, being able to hang out with the people, going out and eating all the time, and just the camaraderie, really, that's a big part of it, too, for the station.
Mr. Shelby, your time has come.
Rosie got it! Rosie, can you believe it?
Every time.
Oh, that was fun. That was fun. We used to have the dunking booth.
In fact, I'm looking forward if someone knocks me in.
We did Dunk Don.
Yeah.
So Don didn't get dunked as much as we thought, but somehow we get him in there.
Come on, no. No, really.
Joe, no!
Come on.
No!
Come on. Okay. No, wait, one more step. One more step. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah. Hit it again. Oh, well done.
And the crowd goes wild. And then all of a sudden, Don got smart and said, how about everybody else? Why don't they have a chance to go in the dunk booth?
That kid, that's right.
And listen, on a hot day, it was kind of nice to get dunked.
Let me show you how easy that is. You just push that.
Tank Frank. That's what we should do. Tank Frank.
That's
I like
it.
that.
Nice job.
That was a lot of fun. I wonder if we'll bring that back.
Oh, my favorite things? The Miracle of Birth is my most favorite. And I'm so happy because last year we took my then 5-year-old and she was just obsessed with it. She wanted to stay there all day. She wanted to see the pregnant mama cow. I love seeing the baby animals. I love the excitement on the kids' faces and the parents' faces and the grandparents' faces. I just love going to the Miracle of Birth.
So every year I make it a point, of course, to go to the ag buildings, to the horticulture building. I go to see the fantastic produce that is awarded ribbons and awarded prizes at the fair. And then I snake my way in to one of my favorite, most subversive places in the state fair, the seed art exhibit. You go in there and that's about as political as you can get. And you can track the politics of the past year at the state fair by looking at the seed art. And we have some incredible artists in the state of Minnesota. When Prince passed away, the entire seed art exhibit was about Prince. Some of the most beautiful tributes. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Well, every year I always meet cool people, especially during Armed Forces Appreciation Day. That's my favorite because all the veterans come in, you know, Army, Air Force, Navy, Marine, Coast Guard, and it's our day to celebrate each other. And just to see the old timers come out and to breathe on the younger vets, to let them know it's gonna be okay. The country is here for you, your community is here for you. Those are my favorite memories. Every state fair, there's always one veteran that I've done a story with, and that comes to the state fair, and I get to meet the whole family, even the family dog. And that's my favorite memories. Every year, it's always something special with some veteran that I've done a story with.
I have so many memories of the fair as a reporter and as a person. Yeah, I'm a person too. I have seen presidents at the fair, presidential candidates, vice presidents, governors, senators. One is Paul Wellstone, who loved the fair. And he would walk through the fair and high-five people as he walked by. He's kind of a shorter guy. Even people who really didn't like Paul Wellstone's politics just smiled and laughed and high-fived him as he walked through the fair.
My God, he's gonna be a state champion!
Anybody who knows me knows I'm a Halloween freak. I love, love, love Halloween. So naturally, the haunted house is a big thing for me there. I've gone every year. Maybe one of my favorite things was dragging Frank Vassalero through the fair.
I do not like the haunted house. I've never liked the haunted house. And when our producers found out that I didn't like the haunted house, then they made me go in the haunted house. And I'm terrified of it.
I'm all right.
I did that once. He refused to go again. Somehow I got him and Amelia to go through. Now, Amelia's not the greatest with haunted houses either.
But I'm better than him. Frank, you're pushing on me.
I'm not pushing on you. Let's just go quickly.
You're pushing.
Let's just go quickly.
I don't know if Frank talked about this, but it's funny. He is a big baby.
No, I don't want to go there.
Go, go, go! You're the biggest one. Go!
He freaks out with monsters and all that, even though he knows it's fake.
We had a little kid with us, and he's using the poor little boy, as a shield while we're going through, which is just horrible.
I don't fake being scared in there. I hate it from the first step in there until I leave. I'm just jittery and jumpy and uptight. I do not like the haunted house, and that's why they make me go.
Well, they didn't know this, but while they were going through the haunted house, the people that run it put me in a killer witch costume or something. So when they came out...
Not cool. Not very cool.
And it was epic.
And it was horrible. He's a bad man. Chris Schaefer is a bad man.
I was thinking about, like, what am I gonna miss the most at the state fair this year? And I'm gonna miss, like, making out with my wife on the sky glider. I'm gonna miss that. One year I did go through the Tunnel of Love with photographer Joe Berglove. I know it's called Ye Olde Mill, but we know what it is.
It seems wrong to be here without my wife.
Whoa, hey, what did you just do?
Jeez, I just slammed into ye old wall.
I think the video leaves a lot to people's imagination.
I mean, you guys have tons of rides, right? So you won't see me really get on the rides that much, especially after I eat or drink something all day. I typically stay away from the rides a little bit. I'll watch, but I won't get on them.
Oh, what was the ride that I did last year? The slingshot? Oh, the slingshot. We did the slingshot last year. Because we did a good question on why do rides make you sick. So of course my son and I did the slingshot because we wanted to show why rides make you sick. So the giant slide, piece of cake. The slingshot, not so much.
Okay, yeah, that would be something I would watch from the ground and say, okay, good job.
I'm worried for Riley. If Riley's scared about the giant slide, whew.
Oh, I do the big slide, 100%. I would do some rides. I just wouldn't do like the what do you call it, like the shooting thing that goes like way up and yeah, no. I'd stay away from the slingshot.
We maybe should only let him go to the Kidway and keep him away from that haunted house thing, because that's not going to be pretty for him.
Ready?
1, 2, 3! Oh no! What are you doing? Why are you not supposed to lay down? What is that?
Yes! Cut from behind victory. I didn't cheat this time.
But the memories for me are anything that when you're participating with your colleagues, because you don't get to do that during the year. You work with them, but you don't get to play with them, so to speak, you know? Amelia gets into it more than I ever thought. And when you're working with her as a partner, you know she's committed to win. And it's really fun when she makes fun of Frank.
I can be a little competitive. Not as competitive as my husband, but...
My colleagues have told me that I am very, very competitive. What's wrong with trying to win?
And that was good enough to be named Grand Champion Celebrity Wall.
Get out of here!
I'd like to see them pick it up a little bit, to tell you the truth, right?
Of all the things to be good at in life, making animal sounds, I don't think I'll ever make a living at it.
Oh, I guess I did all right with that. First place for the animal call contest.
Wait, was someone ragging on me for being competitive?
Please welcome Amelia and Chris.
Summer loving had me a blast.
Summer loving happened so fast.
Oh, wait a minute. We did do a karaoke, but I don't really want to remember that. That was just, that's my first time ever doing karaoke. It was horrible. I was so out of tune. Poor Chris. I dragged him there to sing with me, so I thought duet will be much easier.
They're still open for debate, and we never did have. We were going to take it to appeal, but this year, but obviously it's not going to be state fair, but we did karaoke.
Well, life on the farm is kind of laid back. Nothing like a fiddle boy that me can act. Early rise, early in the sack. Thank God I'm a country boy.
And And I thought that I stood out head and shoulders above, and so did most of the people in the audience. And somehow, and I think it's because I was relatively new to the game, Frank, Amelia, and Chris were scoring high. And so, did I enjoy that game? Yeah, because I dominated it. But when I saw the results, not happy. Not happy. They should not have been ahead of me. I mean, I had perfect tone pitch, I matched, I got the audience involved, I did all those things that you look for. And I still came out in 4th place.
My not so favorite is Name That Food. Not one of my favorites. What in the world are you eating? See, I've even blocked out the name of it. Blocked out the name of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is called... Oh yeah, I am the inventor of What in the World Are They Eating? Did you know that? It was my game. I came up with the idea, which is awesome because that way I get to host it all the time and don't have to actually eat any of the food.
Frank holds up a sign to the crowd. They know what it is. He knows what it is.
Oh, no.
They don't do that over a Pronto
All
Pop.
right, hold on now.
Yeah.
And you're sitting there with these goofy blindfolds on, and somebody is literally shoving some kind of food into your mouth.
I know.
I didn't do that. I did not do that.
And my wife and Chris Schaefer cannot be any different. Schaefer opens his mouth bigger than the shark in Jaws.
I'm more hesitant. I'm kind of like a dog. I like to sniff it a little first. I don't like the way it smells.
And when you take away one of your senses, all of a sudden, ice cream tastes like a pork chop. It's really weird. I can't explain it. You have to try it at home sometime.
Okay, wait, you know I'm not opening
Quit
right up. Where
touching
is
the
it?
food, Amelia.
Oh, come on.
Oh, no!
Right on me.
And there was one year that they had sheep orbs. Orbs.
Sheep oysters?
Yeah, sheep oysters. Again, nothing I would ever order off a menu, and nothing I would ever think a friend of mine would choose to have us put in our mouth, but tastes like chicken.
That was still moving, whatever you put in my mouth.
Chris, what do you think you spit out?
I think you put a minnow in my mouth.
There was one time, true story, where they were serving camel at the fair one year, and Amelia got wind of the fact that I was going to do one of the mystery foods, was going to be camel on a stick while she was blindfolded, and she came down into our little State Fair newsroom and declared very firmly that if I made her eat camel, we were getting a divorce.
I did say that one time. It was in the heat of the moment.
I laughed and thought we were joking, but the producers were serious. I think they thought she was going to divorce me. And maybe she would have, I don't know, but it scared me enough not to serve her camel on a stick.
And this is where strategy and positioning is so important, because many times I don't come in at the beginning of the show, right? But the foods are off to the side because they're going to be presenting. So while I wait, the light bulb goes off, right? I get my free samples and everything I need there, because I know once it hits the main, it's not coming back, right? It's not coming back. And before Frank or Chris or the audience can get a shot at it, I get to taste just about every new food fair that comes along. And that's all about strategy and positioning. All about strategy and positioning. Underrated. But that's another thing that I figured out that the others haven't.
Great memories from last year, and I know next year it's all going to be fine. We will be back, but my oh my, do I miss the fair.
You know what? It is so strange. I was walking across the street with my fair shirt on a hanger, and I'm like, usually this is the time of year, that's what we do, right? Get into the van, go to the state fair, and just have really a great time. 12 days of fun.
There's something about losing the fair that makes it feel like just like a punch to the gut. Like, oh. It's gonna make next year absolutely bananas at the State Fairground.
Yeah, I think the State Fair is going to be so cool, that first one back, and the people that haven't seen each other for a while. And this is old home week for so many people out there.
Everybody's so busy during the year, but that summertime, that State Fair time is when we all just stop and we enjoy each other. And that's what I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss the most.
Tell you something else I'm going to do is not take it for granted anymore, because who knows what lies in the future. Nobody could have ever predicted what we're going through now.
It's sad, right? I mean, this is a weird year. I'm hoping that by not having it this year, that we value it even more in the future.
I love the fair. I do. I'm a fair fanatic. I love the fair. I'm gonna miss it this year, but I know it's not going anywhere, and we're going to be back next year.
See you next year. I can't wait to see you next year at the fair.